Welcome, and thank you for choosing to engage with our content today. Before we proceed, it's important for us to share some essential information and ensure you're fully informed about what to expect. You're about to view or listen to a unique experience that employs Ericksonian conversational hypnosis techniques. These techniques are designed to guide you into a relaxed state, potentially enhancing your ability to absorb suggestions and ideas more readily. It's a subtle, often enjoyable process aimed at fostering personal insight and relaxation. Please note, the content you're about to engage with is created for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional therapy or medical advice. If you're seeking support for specific psychological or health-related issues, we strongly encourage you to consult a licensed therapist or healthcare provider. Informed consent and expectations. By continuing, you acknowledge that you understand the nature of the content and agree to participate voluntarily. You recognize that while Ericksonian hypnosis can be a tool for relaxation and self-improvement, results can vary widely among individuals. You agree to take full responsibility for your participation and any outcomes that may arise from engaging with this content. Some disclaimers. This content is provided as is for non-therapeutic use only. The creators make no claims regarding the efficacy of the Ericksonian conversational hypnosis techniques used herein for any specific purposes beyond general relaxation and entertainment. If you are currently undergoing treatment for any psychological or psychiatric conditions, please consult with your therapist or healthcare provider before engaging with this content. If at any time during the experience you feel uncomfortable, you are encouraged to discontinue watching or listening and seek professional advice if necessary. Safety notice. Please ensure you are in a safe, comfortable environment where you can relax without being disturbed. Do not engage with this content while driving, operating heavy machinery, or in any situation where altered attention could pose a risk. Finally, our aim is to provide an engaging, positive experience that introduces you to the possibilities of self-exploration and relaxation through Ericksonian conversational hypnosis. Remember, your well-being is our utmost priority, and you are in control of your experience at all times. Thank you for your attention. If you agree to these terms and feel comfortable proceeding, let's begin this journey together. Hello, this is Coach Dave Wheeler, and this story is titled Go-All-In. This is Part 1, The Ascent. As the heart of an ambitious tech company, a team of leaders is about to embark on a journey that will test their resolve and reshape their future. To become a more effective and cohesive unit, they need to reach their goals, overcome challenges, and most importantly, conquer their uncertainty in the face of the unknown. This story begins as they gather for a team-building retreat orchestrated by their CEO and led by a renowned adventure learning expert. The mountain looms majestically against the dawn sky, its peaks shrouded in mist. The air is fresh and invigorating, filled with the scent of pine and the promise of adventure. The trail ahead is steep and winding, a perfect metaphor for the challenges that the team faces in their professional lives. The team gathers at the company headquarters early in the morning, anticipation buzzing in the air. A sleek van waits to transport them to their destination, a leadership retreat nestled in the mountains. As they load their gear into the van, the group exchanges excited and nervous glances. First, there's Joshua, filling in for his boss, the head of engineering. Joshua is known for his analytical mind, but often struggles with making decisive action. Can we really do this? Joshua wonders aloud, adjusting his glasses. I've heard Patricia's retreats are intense. Next is Patricia, the event organizer. Patricia is a seasoned adventure learning expert who previously worked with the CEO. She embodies wisdom and experience, guiding the team through this transformative journey. Patricia steps forward with a confident smile. Good morning, everyone. Ready for an unforgettable adventure? Mark is the VP of Marketing, a creative visionary who sometimes loses sight of practical details. Mark flexes his muscles, grinning. Hope they've got some tough physical challenges. I'm ready to push myself. Helen, the HR manager, a compassionate leader who understands the importance of team cohesion. Helen chuckles as she loads her bag into the van. Speak for yourself, Mark. I'm more interested in the strategy sessions. I could use a break from my desk, but I'm not exactly in marathon shape. The CEO, David, the orchestrator of this exercise, he believes in pushing his team to their limits to unlock their full potential. CEO David slaps his hands together, energizing the group. Let's get this show on the road. Remember, this is about more than just physical endurance. It's about finding our limits and surpassing them. As the van makes its way towards the mountains, the team members settle into their seats, each lost in their thoughts. Some envision scaling daunting cliffs, while others imagine intense strategy workshops. The journey is a blend of excitement and apprehension, mirroring the challenges they face back at the office. Upon arrival at the trailhead, the team disembarks, greeted by the crisp mountain air and the sight of the towering peak. Patricia gathers them together. Today, we embark on a journey not just to the summit of this mountain, but to the summit of our potential. The first step is always the hardest, but it sets the tone for the journey. Joshua looks at the path ahead, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. Can we really do this, he wonders aloud. Patricia smiles knowingly. Joshua, sometimes we have to leave our doubts behind and trust in our abilities. As they start the climb, Helen notices the first steep incline. This looks challenging, she remarks, trying to mask her concern. Mark, always the optimist, chimes in. Challenges are just opportunities in disguise. Remember, every step we take brings us closer to our goals. The group begins their ascent, each step echoing with the sound of determination. The trail narrows, and the terrain becomes more rugged. As they navigate the rocky path, Joshua finds himself walking beside Patricia. Patricia, Joshua begins, how do you stay so calm and focused? I often feel overwhelmed by the uncertainty of it all. Patricia's eyes twinkle with understanding. Joshua, imagine a tree rooted deep in the ground. It stands tall and strong, no matter the storm. You must find your roots in confidence and let them anchor you. The key is to go all in without holding back. Joshua ponders her words as they continue. The higher they climb, the more they realize the mountain's true scale. The path becomes steeper, the air thinner. Doubts begin to creep in, but they push forward, driven by a collective determination. Suddenly, the trail opens up to a breathtaking vista. They can see the peak in the distance, tantalizingly close, yet still so far. As they pause to catch their breath, Patricia points to a narrow ridge ahead. We must cross that to reach the summit, she says. Joshua feels a knot tighten in his stomach. The ridge is perilous, a sheer drop on either side. His heart races, and he can see the uncertainty mirrored in the eyes of his colleagues. Patricia turns to the group, her voice steady. This is the moment where we decide if we are truly committed. Are we ready to go all in? As Joshua looks at the daunting ridge, he feels a surge of determination. He takes a deep breath, remembering Patricia's words about finding his roots in confidence. "I'm ready," he says, his voice firm. The group exchanges determined glances. They know the path ahead is fraught with risk, but also with the promise of greatness. With their eyes fixed on the summit, they prepare to take the first step onto the narrow ridge. To be continued in Part 2. The journey is far from over. Will Joshua and his team conquer their fears and reach the summit? What challenges lie ahead on the narrow ridge? Find out in Part 2, where the team must confront their deepest uncertainties and truly committing to going all in. Hello, this is Coach Dave Wheeler again, and we're back for Part 2, titled The Ridge. The team, driven by the need to become a more effective unit, stands at the precipice of their next challenge. Their journey to reach their goals, overcome challenges, and most importantly, conquer uncertainty has brought them to a narrow ridge, a daunting passage that tests their resolve. Patricia gathers the team together before they start. She holds up a safety rope. This rope will tie us together as we cross the ridge. It represents our teamwork. Either we all win or we all lose. CEO David nods in agreement. Just like at work, he adds, emphasizing the importance of unity. The narrow ridge stretches out before them, a thin line separating sheer drops on either side. The mountain peak looms in the distance, shrouded in mist, promising both the culmination of their efforts and the reward of accomplishment. The air is thin and the tension palpable. Patricia leads the way onto the ridge, tying the safety rope around each team member. Her steps are sure and steady. Joshua follows, his heart pounding, but his resolve firm. The ridge is narrow, each step crucial, requiring focus and trust. As they move forward, the wind picks up, a reminder of the mountain's unforgiving nature. Joshua feels his balance waver and reaches out instinctively, finding stability in the firm grip of Mark. "Thanks, Mark," Joshua says, regaining his footing. "Remember, Joshua, we're in this together," Mark replies, his voice steady. Helen, moving carefully, watches the team. "We're stronger than we think. Keep moving forward and believe in our strengths." The ridge grows steeper, the drop on either side more intimidating. Patricia stops and turns to face the team. This is the point where many turn back, but we must go all in. The peak is within reach. As they continue, a sudden gust of wind nearly knocks Helen off balance. She stumbles, fear flashing in her eyes, but Patricia's quick reflexes catch her just in time. "Stay focused, Helen. You've got this," Patricia reassures her. Joshua looks back, seeing the team's determination mirrored in their faces. He realizes that their success depends not just on individual strength, but on their unity. Together, we are unstoppable. They reach a particularly treacherous section, a narrow ledge barely wide enough for their feet. Joshua hesitates, his analytical mind racing with the possibilities of failure. But then Patricia's voice cuts through his thoughts. "Joshua, trust yourself and keep moving." With a deep breath, Joshua steps forward, feeling the solid rock beneath his feet. One by one, the team follows, each step a testament to their collective courage. The ridge finally begins to widen, giving them a brief respite. They can see the summit closer than ever, their final ascent just ahead. But as they take a moment to catch their breath, Patricia points to a large boulder blocking their path. "We need to move that to continue," she says, her voice steady but serious. Mark steps forward, examining the boulder. "It's massive. We'll need everyone's strength to shift it." Helen looks at the boulder, then back at the team. "We've come this far. We can't turn back now." Joshua feels a surge of determination. Let's do this. Together, we can overcome any obstacle. As they position themselves to move the boulder, the ground beneath them starts to tremble, a reminder of the mountain's unpredictable nature. Patricia shouts over the rumble, "We have to act quickly. Are you ready to go all in?" The team braces themselves, muscles straining, hearts pounding. The boulder begins to shift, but the ground continues to shake. Will they be able to move it in time and reach the summit, or will the mountain's final challenge prove too great? To be continued. The journey is nearing its climax. Will Joshua and his team conquer the final obstacle and reach the summit? What awaits them on the other side of this massive boulder? Find out in part 3, where the team must muster their ultimate strength and unity to achieve their goal. Hello, this is Coach Dave Wheeler. Welcome back to the story Go All In. This is part 3, the summit. The team has come a long way, overcoming challenges and solidifying their unity. They stand before their final obstacle, a massive boulder blocking their path to the summit. Tied together by the safety rope, a symbol of their teamwork, they must now muster all their strength and ingenuity to conquer this final hurdle and achieve their goal. The mountain peak looms closer than ever, just beyond the boulder. The air is thin and the tension high, but the promise of accomplishment and transformation fills the air. The ground beneath them is still trembling slightly, a reminder of the mountain's unpredictable nature. Patricia's voice rings out over the rumble of the ground. We need to act quickly and together. Find something we can use as leverage. Joshua, ever the analytical mind, scans the area. There, he points to a fallen tree limb. We can use that as a lever to move the boulder. Mark and Helen rush to help Joshua retrieve the limb. It's heavy, but with combined effort, they drag it over to the boulder. They position it carefully, using the limb as a fulcrum and lever. Everyone on 3, Patricia commands. 1, 2, 3. They push with all their might. Muscles strain and hearts pound. The boulder shifts slightly, then settles back into place. Joshua, sweat streaming down his face, adjusts the lever. We need to push harder. We can do this. Patricia nods. Together, we are unstoppable. Go all in. This time, they push with renewed vigor. The boulder begins to move more noticeably. Inch by inch, it shifts, creating a gap just wide enough for them to squeeze through. Helen looks at the team, determination shining in her eyes. We're almost there. One more big push. They gather their remaining strength and push again. The boulder rolls to the side, clearing their path. They collapse momentarily, catching their breath, but the sight of the summit, so close, invigorates them. Patricia helps everyone to their feet. We're not done yet. The summit is within reach. Let's finish this. With renewed energy, the team begins the final ascent. The path is steep but clear. Each step is filled with determination, each breath a testament to their collective strength. Finally, they reach the peak. The view is breathtaking, a panorama of the world spread out beneath them. The sense of accomplishment is overwhelming. They stand together, tied by the safety rope, united in their victory. Patricia looks at each of them, pride evident in her eyes. We made it because we worked together, because we trusted each other. We overcame every obstacle. CEO David steps forward, a broad smile on his face. This is just like at work. When we face challenges as a united team, there's nothing we can't achieve. Joshua looks out over the horizon, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. This journey has shown me that our strength lies in our unity. Together, we can conquer anything. Helen nods in agreement. We've learned to trust ourselves and each other. That's how we move forward, both here in our work. Mark grins, and to always look for the creative solutions, even if it means finding a log to move a boulder. Patricia concludes, her voice filled with wisdom. This mountain was a metaphor for the challenges we face. Remember, when we go all in, we can reach the summit of any goal. As they start their descent, the team carries with them the lessons learned, the bonds strengthened. They know that the journey ahead, both on the mountain and back at work, will be filled with new challenges. But with their newfound unity and determination, they are ready to face whatever comes their way. As they reach the base of the mountain, Joshua turns to Patricia. "What's next for us?" Patricia smiles. "Another adventure, another challenge. But now you know the keys to success. Are you ready to go all in?" The team nods, ready for whatever lies ahead, knowing that together they are unstoppable. The journey has ended, but the lessons remain. Joshua and his team have discovered the power of unity, the strength of collective effort, and the importance of trusting each other. With these tools, they are prepared to face any challenge, conquer any uncertainty, and reach their goal. The end. Hello, this is Coach Dave Wheeler again, and this is the part of the podcast where I talk about the various Ericksonian conversational hypnosis elements that are woven into the narrative to subtly influence, engage the listener's subconscious mind. Let's get started and talk about the various parts. In part 1, the ascent, there is metaphor and symbolism. The mountain represents the team's goals and challenges. Climbing the mountain is a metaphor for achieving or overcoming obstacles and achieving success. Next, there are some embedded commands. Phrases like, "leave our doubts behind," "trust in our abilities," and "go all in" are embedded commands designed to encourage readers to internalize these actions and attitudes. Next is the rich sensory detail. Descriptions of the mountain, the fresh air, and the steep path engage the reader's senses, or listener's senses, making the story more vivid and memorable. There's also positive reinforcement. Positive statements about the team's ability and potential, such as, "we're stronger than we think," and "together we can face anything." These reinforce a sense of capability and teamwork. Moving on to part 2, the ridge. There is also metaphor and symbolism here. The safety rope symbolizes teamwork and the idea that either we all win or we all lose. This metaphor reinforces the importance of unity and mutual support. Next, in part 2, the embedded commands are phrases like, "keep moving forward," "believe in our strengths," and "together we are unstoppable," are all designed to encourage persistence and confidence. There's also rich sensory detail here. Descriptions of the narrow ridge, the wind, and the treacherous path continue to engage the reader's senses and imagination. Also, positive reinforcement. Statements like, "we can do this," and "trust yourself and keep moving," reinforce self-belief and determination. Part 3, the summit. The metaphors and symbolism. Moving the boulder represents overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The summit represents the ultimate goal and success. There are embedded commands, phrases like, "together we can overcome any obstacle," "go all in," and "trust ourselves and each other." Continue to embed positive actions and attitudes in the reader's subconscious and the listener's subconscious. There's rich sensory detail. Descriptions of the view from the summit and the sense of accomplishment make the experience more vivid and emotionally impactful. Positive reinforcement. Statements about the team's success and unity, such as, "we overcame every obstacle," and "together we can conquer anything," reinforce the story's themes of teamwork and resilience. Overall, there's some Ericksonian techniques that are applied kind of in general. The use of stories and anecdotes. The entire narrative is structured as a story, a common Ericksonian technique, to bypass resistance and communicate ideas directly to the subconscious. Pacing and leading is used. The story starts with simple, relatable situations, gathering for the retreat, and gradually introduces more complex and challenging scenarios, climbing the mountain, moving the boulder. leading the listener through an emotional and cognitive journey. There are also truisms, statements that are undeniably true, such as, "The path is steep and winding," are used to gain agreement and build rapport, making it easier for the reader to accept the embedded suggestions. There's also utilization. The story utilizes the character's existing strengths and characteristics, such as Joshua's analytical mind and Patricia's experience, to model positive behaviors and attitudes. These Ericksonian elements are designed to engage the reader's subconscious mind, encouraging them to adopt the positive behaviors and attitudes demonstrated by the characters in the story. So if you found this story inspiring, please share this podcast episode with your friends, colleagues, and anyone who might benefit from a dose of motivation. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future episodes filled with more engaging stories and valuable insights. Together, we can reach new heights. Let's go!